Well, hello there everyone, and it's early morning, and I'm going to make some pour over coffee. I've already boiled the water, which is right over here, okay? And I'm going to put some coffee beans. I actually spilled some coffee the other day at the back there. You sort of see it top right hand corner, so we're going to do that. That's a lot right there. This bit, okay. Open it up, make sure it's nice and ready to go. And I pour from the outside. It's raining this morning. And I think it rained a bit last night. And boy, did I sleep good. No cars, nothing honking, no planes. Just forest and the sort of sound that the forest makes. Let's take a look here. Oh yeah, it's getting there. I've got some extra hot water here. Pour over again. Let it drip for a bit. And let it completely drip. I think that's important. So what I do sometimes is I boil more water than I need and I keep it in a thermos. So if I needed hot water again, it's in a thermos. And also if it's warmer water and you're trying to, hold on here. You're trying to boil some more water, it's faster. It's a faster boil if you already have warm water. So I think they should do it. And what we'll do is we will just wait until it filters right through. Put it up there. Oh wow, it smells great. You know what I'd like to learn how to do one day? I want to learn how to sew. That way I could sort of sew my own custom curtains, custom bags, pillows, bedding systems. I think that'd be a useful skill to have. When I started this van build, I had, well, I sort of still do, I think. I had very, very little carpentry experience. And through YouTube, I started to learn. And I think I'm much less than a cut twice, measure once type of person. Before it was literally, it wasn't even a joke. I would cut something and realize that it was the wrong size. So while I've always jokingly posted about it at the groups, I sort of was not joking. It actually did happen. It's early morning right now, and I've been site camping for the past few days, and this van has just done everything what I thought it would do, and a lot more. A few little adjustments, but really not showstoppers. I really don't even have to adjust anything too much more. If anything, storage, right? Storage, but I could easily figure that out. just carry less stuff, do with less, and just really take in um, take in what I'm doing, take in the wilderness as much as I can. I mean, I have so many amenities here, more than I ever thought I would have in any type of vehicle. And here I am thinking, oh, I need more room. Well, maybe you don't. But I might install some racking, sort of like a just in case, right? Just to keep everything tidy. And also, one thing I learned is making sure that things have their own place. Because I think if things have their own place, you're not moving things around so much. Oh, that's another thing is I found a few times I've had to like move things around a bit too much. I want to avoid that. So whatever I have right now is probably something that I'm going to need to figure out a way to find space for so that I can easily access them. So I'm going to uh, organize my stuff. So like, for example, the toolbox. I had this toolbox that I'm keeping, and I was constantly moving it around, and that wasn't really that great, because sometimes I moved from the front, moved to the back. I think the back, I need to figure out a way to store the tools or these bags that I have, so that I can easily access them from the inside. Ideally from the inside. Um, oh, and my sink wasn't working, and it really didn't matter that much. Although it would have been convenient, I think, a few times, at least have some water, running water, where I can just turn it on and then it runs. It would have been, I think it would have been helpful to have have get that working. Beyond that, I used the sprayer, the weed sprayer that I turned into a shower hack, so that worked out pretty good. I haven't had my coffee yet, so I'm going to have my coffee right now. Oh my goodness, I should have done this before. I was just really, I really wanted to make this video to sort of get an idea of what I needed to do. And I think, yes, the storage, so I'm not moving things around so much. A lot of it is storage related. So being it's storage related, I think I need to figure that out. So storage and bedding, those are the two. The cooking was great. Oh, it was perfect. And maybe the sink. Granted, my sink kind of broke the electrical for some reason. I think it's a loose wire, because I seem to remember when I was building this, I taped something up, and that probably affected it. And on the subject of the sink, I really didn't need a sink. I had this collapsible that I've been using. I just pour water into it and everything was fine. But I think the part, oh, here it is. Okay, the part that worked out for the sink was where the water would drain, where the water would drain. For example, in a provincial park, using soap and then dumping it on your site is a huge no-no. So what you want to do is or even food, or maybe some leftover soups that you didn't finish, you can't just dump it anywhere, right? You have to properly dispose it. So what I ended up doing was I just put it in a plastic container, and just dumped it out from that point, in the washroom, or just somewhere where it's safe to dump it. Okay, there's dumping stations here. So in terms of an area where I could easily get rid of it, having a sort of like a gray water tank was really useful, and that's what the sink turned out to be, pretty much a gray water tank. So that's good. Yeah, lots of little things that, little details. I got the big stuff working. Since I was at a site with electrical, I just like poured it on. There was a night where it was kind of hot, and I turned on my AC, and wow, did I sleep really well, because I had it on all night. I did blow a fuse, so that kind of concerned me. So I'm not sure what happened there. So I'm going to take a look. When you blow a fuse, that's an issue. So I'm going to take a look at that. That's the first time it's ever happened in the past year and a half. So something a bit different. So it could be that I might have to take apart my van a bit. But I would need like a good solid day in a place where I can actually do it, and that so that if it rains, I'll still be okay. Oh, yeah. And if I'm site camping, an awning would be nice. An awning would have been really nice. Really made things comfortable because it did rain for, well, it's raining right now, and it rained the other day. And being able to sit outside your van is always useful. It's always handy, especially if you've got yourself a site and you can sort of just relax a bit. So that's something I'd probably look into in terms of just changing up. There's a few other things. Oh yes, and my roof, my ceiling, my wonderful ceiling. I'm so happy about it. I think it looks great. I think that's going to be one of the first things I work on when I get back to my little area. And one other thing that I want to sort of do a bit more is when I'm building, I want to um, videotape it, so that you guys could actually see, how it's working out, or at least get an idea that, hey, that here's a technique that we could use. I don't think I'll get into extremely detailed videos just because I just don't have the time. I um, I work full time, um, and I've got a lot of other things I have to get done. The build really was something, that would enhance my life and not sort of slow it down. Not that it slowed it down now, by the way. That definitely didn't do that. But I also didn't expect to. I didn't expect to make a YouTube channel. I didn't think I'd be like doing this, um, but I found that there were just so many good. There's some benefits to it that was good for me, to be able to put it out there, uh, on a mental health level. It's great for me to document what I'm doing. I think for anybody, I think you should document what you're doing, either personally or maybe have an accountability group. And also along the way, I've met up some really good friends. I have Invisi friends like you know, and it's just marvelous, the social media. I mean, there's so many things that people say about social media that, oh, it's awful. It's controlling. You can't get off your phone, that kind of thing. And while those things may be true, I have found personally, I think if used properly with some control and some balance and moderation, social media has helped me more than it hasn't. There were a few, you know, challenging things that happened. I'll leave it at that. But I've gone through them and worked them out. Figured out a solution. But a lot of you guys have become my Invisi friends, and I really appreciate that. And the comments and the messaging and just just overall camaraderie, just being good humans. And I'm finding there are more good humans than I thought there were. So even in some of my trail hikes, I meet up with people along the way, and maybe it's because they're on a trail, maybe because they're on their day off or on their holiday, but they were really kind, they were nice, and just everything just worked out well. So I really appreciate that. Well, this is my last day here at the site camp, the Algonquin Park. I was here a few weeks ago, and boy, did I have a blast! It was amazing. So I thought, well, where am I going to go next? And I'm back again because it's that good here. But I think it's good everywhere. Anywhere where there's wilderness, I think it's good. Mountains would be just amazing, really. And that's why I would love to make my way out west. Um, and maybe that'll happen next year. And I would so love to take you guys with me and just sort of show you the beauty of Canada. And I'm showing you some parts of Ontario. It's just such a fractional part of Ontario. It's tiny. That I've shown you. There's so many beautiful places, but it's a big world out there. It's a big world out there, and there's a lot of people. And I have just been blessed and fortunate to be in a situation to be able to do what I'm doing, and that's a big deal for me. But, still have to work 9 to 5. I still have to do the regular things in life. But one of the things that um, I don't think is typical or is regular is having a van build like the Silver Cabin, and I'm very proud of this little cabin, little hut that I made, and I hope you guys like it too. Okay, I think I'm done. Yeah, I am. Actually, I am done because I need to get ready to shove off because I have to be out of here. I've got a few hours of driving, getting back into town, then I start work the following week. It depends when I post this, of course. So I might already be at work, which is fine, right? Um, Again, I'm lucky that I actually enjoy my work. So that's a big deal, especially if you're doing it a lot. If you like the video, guess what I'm going to say? Please like it. If you have any comments, please share your comments. I always appreciate the comments. If you have any suggestions, I have learned so much from your amazing suggestions. And I will never forget this one suggestion, and I feel awful for forgetting who it was, but I had put this this plug at the back of the van, this sort of like this outlet, and I had used the screws that came with the NOCO, that's what it's called, NOCO unit, and it started to rust. And somebody chimed in and said, hey, why don't we just use stainless steel screws? And I'm thinking, that makes so much sense. But at the time I was thinking about it, so I really appreciate that. But you should know I've yet to put stainless steel screws on yet, but so far it's working. But I am going to do those little things. I've got all these little tiny little fixes on this van that I still need to go through with. But I really, that's a suggestion. I really appreciate it. Boy, I always do this. I always say, okay, it's time to go, and they don't end up going. It's sort of like you have guests over at your place and they're trying to leave and you want them to leave and they're not leaving, and maybe I'm turning to that. So that being said, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bye-bye. And there you have it. Please support my channel by commenting and subscribing. It's free and it can help you with your own tiny home build, as I will be giving out free tips and tricks on how you can make it happen. And if you believe someone else may benefit, please share the video of my curated playlist.